I'm LaTonia. Welcome to the Mind Level Model, and today's topic is going to be about the casting call, the infamous casting call experience that all of us models must go to anytime that we want to try out to be a part of a show, maybe a television experience, maybe a fit model, but you have to go to a casting. So today we're going to talk about how to be prepared, what you need to bring, and how you need to act. So join me. So you want to make sure that you show up on time when it comes time for a casting call. One, it shows your level of professionalism, and two, it also shows your level of commitment. Knowing your stats. This is very important. A lot of models don't know their measurements. That's okay. You need to, get some measuring tape, measure yourself, find out what that is, and write it down. Because when you go to a casting call, they're gonna have you fill out an application, and on that application, they're gonna ask you for the basics, which is your hips, your bust, your waist, your shoe, how tall are you, what are your eye color, what is your hair color. So just make sure that you know that information, write it down. You don't have to know it by heart, but eventually you will, because the more and more you go and the more times you write it, you start to memorize this information. So you want to know what your stats are. And sometimes you meet a designer and they just want to know, what are your hips? Well, my hips are 47.5. That's good to know. What is your waist? What size dress do you wear? Do you wear a 14? Do you wear an 18? Are you in between? And your bust size isn't exactly your breast size. It's not exactly your cup size. It's measured in inches. So it's not that you wear 36D or triple D. It could be that you are 34 inches and a half, something to that effect. So just be aware what your measurements are and have that with you. First, I suggest following directions. Whatever advertisement that you saw for the casting call, read the directions. This is very important. You do not want to take yourself out of the race. I suggest that you wear something that's form-fitting because you want the casting director to be able to see your silhouette. So you can wear a fitted pant with a tank top. You can wear a skirt, but you want it to be fitted because you want them, again, to see your silhouette. You want to wear heels because it helps to elevate your body, and your posture changes also when you wear the heels. But just keep that in mind when you show up to a casting. You don't want to be overdressed, but you want to be comfortable, but you want them to see the real you. You'd be surprised how many times I've gone on a casting call and I've been asked to maybe change into my undergarments because they want to see my silhouette. Maybe I'm going to be modeling swimwear, or they want to see what my body really looks like without the shapewear or with the shapewear. So just bring it with you if you're not wearing it. Just tuck it into your bag. It doesn't hurt. Either you're going to use it or you're not going to use it, but just want to be prepared just in case. I say wear matching underwear because, or whatever works for you. It doesn't have to match, but you kind of want it to look right. Again, it is an audition, so you want to put your best foot forward. When I attend a casting call, I usually don't like to wear my heels. I like to save that until it's time to actually go into the room. So if you can wear flats for as long as possible, unless you like wearing heels, then just put on your flats and carry your heels inside your bag. Just one way to help yourself out. But you do want to wear some makeup. You want it to make it look as natural as possible. You don't want to overdo it when it comes to makeup either. So because at the end of the day, you didn't wake up like this. So they want to see what the real you looks like. You are basically a blank canvas, and what they're going to do is make you to look like whatever it is that they want you to look like. So minimal makeup, a little eyeliner, maybe a little mascara, light lipstick, light foundation, but you want to look as natural as possible when you go to a casting, unless otherwise advertised. Remember, you can always bump up your makeup to make it heavy, but you can't bring it down. Eyebrows do help to accentuate the face because then you zoom into the eyes. So make sure that your eyebrows are done, at least waxed or trimmed or plucked, or just whatever it is that you do to make your eyebrows stand out, make them stand out without, like somebody. The comp card. What is the comp card? Your comp card is basically your visual resume. This is where your headshot is and other photographs of you, along with your measurements and your contact information. Not everybody may have a comp card because you're just starting out. So what you want to do is bring your most professional looking picture, which is your headshot, and also a full body shot so they can see what you actually look like. You do not want to use a selfie, so please do not use a selfie. That is not considered to be professional at all. Just grab the best picture of yourself that's a headshot and the best body shot, and provide that to them. Make sure you put your contact information on the back. Sometimes these things happen spur of the moment. Don't show up without a picture, because that's not going to work. Don't expect for them to take a picture of you, because sometimes it happens and sometimes that doesn't. So you just want to make sure that you have everything that you can have with you. You don't have a picture, you're more than likely going to take yourself out of the running. How do they contact you? This is very important. One, you want to make sure that you create a very professional email address. You don't want it to say maybe sexy thighs 213. You want it to say whatever your name is. So make it say LaTonia Robinson, or whatever, however they reach you, you want it to be as professional as possible. So keep that in mind when you have your contact information. You want to make sure that you have your phone number and your email address. And sometimes your social media tags or your social media addresses are very important as well. Not everybody who models actually has a portfolio. If you're a startup model, you might not have a portfolio, but if you do have a portfolio, bring it with you. You never know, after casting, they may want to talk to you further. They may want to see some of your work. So just bring your portfolio with you, stick it in your bag, and if they ask for it, it's right there at your fingertips. Some people may have a digital portfolio, which is what you have online, which is great, but sometimes people want to see a hard copy. So in addition to having your comp cards with you, it's also good to just bring your portfolio as well. When you go to a casting call, sometimes you're going to be asked to do a walk, depending on what it is that you're there for. One, you want to make sure that your shoes fit. So test the shoes before you actually go to the casting call. Follow directions when they tell you when and where to walk to. Stop, pose, smile, and return back to the space in which you started. But you want to make sure that you actually practice your walk before you go. Sometimes after a casting, I've also had them take their own pictures of me. So just be prepared to just stand aside and let them, smile. They want their own pictures of you for their own records. We're up to that moment now when you get into the casting room and you see the panel of judges in front of you and you get really nervous. First of all, first thing you want to do is smile, maybe say hello, depending on if they want you to talk or not talk. Sometimes it can be that intense. If you happen to know the panel of judges, don't say anything. Be very professional. Again, do not take yourself out of the running before you start. So just act like it's an ordinary day. Stand, pose, wait for them to tell you, go ahead and walk, go ahead and read your lines, whatever it may be. Just wait for the direction from them and then proceed as instructed. You don't want to approach them, because if you do, then that kind of makes them seem like you think you're going to get special treatment, and you don't want that. So, and you don't want to feel too comfortable because maybe they don't want anybody else on the panel to know that they know you. Just be as professional as you possibly can and follow directions. Just listen to what they're telling you. Sometimes you get in there and you get really nervous and you might not hear everything because you're inside your head, but get out of your head and just, follow the directions. Walk when they tell you to walk, stop where they tell you to stop, and just wait until they tell you to leave the room. Now that you've attended the casting call, what do you do? Well, what you do is you sit and wait. They're going to contact you and let you know either yes, they like you, or no, you didn't make the cut. So just got to sit and wait. You can expect to receive an email, more than likely telling you that you've made it through the first round, that you got a call back, they want to see you another day, or they can tell you that you're not what they're looking for at this time. Don't get discouraged. You're not always going to get everything that you auditioned for, but it's all about the try. You never know unless you try, so don't be afraid. You never know what the casting is looking for. It may be today they want a date. Today they may want a girl with freckles. Tomorrow they may want a girl with an afro. You just don't know what they're looking for that particular job. So don't be afraid to just put yourself out there and just try. Anything can happen, but all you have to do is just try. Oh, and as a personal note from me to you, the last thing you want to do is contact the casting director and ask what the status is. That is a no-no. You do not want to provoke them at all, so just be patient. Sometimes it's hard to be patient, but it's what you got to do. You don't want to have them thinking of you in the wrong way. Don't send your manager to contact them. Don't ask a friend to contact them. Just sit and wait and watch your inbox. Trust me, that's the best thing to do. Okay, so another thing that you want to do is research. It's very important to do research. Sometimes you find casting calls out there that may not be legit. You want to make sure that you're going to a legit casting. There are a lot of creeps out there lurking and preying on people who are naive and may not know too much. If you get to a casting call that may feel like it's not comfortable or something just isn't right, it's okay to just pack up your stuff and leave. You don't want to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. You don't want to put yourself in an unsafe situation. If you can't bring anybody with you, because sometimes it's just not professional, but let somebody know where you're going for a potential casting, so if anything happens, they can say that, hey, she went here at this time and I haven't heard back from her. I'm just saying this because there are a lot of creeps out there, and you'd be surprised how many people are lurking and just waiting for someone to just pounce on. So make sure that you do research. It's very important to find a company or just go to a casting that is legit. Legit. The word is legit. I know we're all hungry and starving for a job, looking for a casting, and because you want to be in something, but you want to make sure that you're not putting yourself in jeopardy to do it either. Thank you for tuning into The Mind of a Model. I was your host, LaTonia Robinson plus model. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on all social media. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter. You can find me. Just plug in the words The Mind of a Model and be sure to, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's keep in touch. You want to know what I'm doing, and I want you to know that I know what I'm doing. Leave your comments below so I know what you think. Give me a thumbs up if you thought that this video was good. If you got a thumbs down, take that someplace else. I don't want those. I don't want those. You want to make sure that you share this video with friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for The Mind of a Model, and let's stay in touch. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for tuning in to The Mind of a Model.